Good afternoon, and you're really welcome to ask me anything. Now, I had a question in by a lady who wants to remain anonymous, and she asked, I occasionally get a whooshing sound in my left ear. This time it's at the end of a viral infection. Does this tell us anything? And is there anything I can do to calm it? It's intermittent. So a whooshing through the sinuses whenever she kind of moves around. This in Chinese medicine would be classic to do with the ears. And which organ do the ears look like? They look like the kidneys. In Chinese medicine, when I talk about the kidneys, I'm not just talking about the organ, I'm talking about the whole energetic system. And the energetic system of the kidneys is in charge of your brain, your bones, the spinal fluid. And the same as in Western medicine, it's responsible for the balance of the body. So there's small kind of hairs inside the ears which tell us exactly how our balance is. And when we've had a viral infection, that can really clog up the sinuses, including in the inner ear, and that can affect our balance, our sense of balance. And so this whooshing would really be to do with the ears. So the first point of call I would go to is the kidneys, because the kidneys are responsible for your hearing and your ears. Like I said, it's a whole energetic system. It's a holistic system. It's not just talking about the kidneys. It's talking about what energy they govern. So you would take care of your kidneys, and I would be saying going and eating kidney foods. So each of the major organs is related to a color, a time of year, a time of day, a flavor. And so when we're talking about the kidneys, we're talking about the salty flavor, we're talking about winter, and we're talking about blue-black. And we're talking about blue-black foods. So when you've had a virus, you've become probably very depleted, low in energy. So before we can start opening the gates of the body to release that virus, we need to work on a very core energy, our kidney energy, and strengthen that by eating blue-black foods such as spirulina, chlorella, seaweeds, barley grass. All of those are deep blue-black in color. And then we move on to that kind of salty flavor. So seaweeds are great because they've got all the salts and the minerals, and they've got that blue-black color. So seaweeds are fantastic for the kidneys. Although if your kidneys are already suffering and you've noticed a change in your hormones and you've got a problem with your thyroid, you'll know not to eat the seaweed. So we have to go with that yin-yang balance. Keeping the kidneys really strong will help with your hormones. They are the roots of the body. They're linked to the winter time. So they're really the roots of the body. They're very low in the body, and they're at your back. And they're really something you need to keep very warm. And when we've had a viral infection, it can really exhaust the kidney energy. So eating plenty of these kidney foods that are blue-black in color. Another thing with the kidneys is that they're said to store the Jing, the ancestral energy, the energy that you're born with. And this Jing, there aren't many foods that you can eat that can replenish the Jing, but there are foods that you can eat that support the Jing. Now, unfortunately, if you're vegan, it's not really possible to have too many Jing foods because they're really about eating the essence of another animal. So we would be talking about bone broth, we're talking about eggs, but also a lot of seeds and nuts. So black sesame seeds, black rice, all these deep, dark black colors will feed the kidneys. So hopefully that will really help you to really nourish the kidneys and therefore support the ears. What you can find as you age is that your hearing begins to diminish. You might get more tinnitus, and especially if your hormones are struggling, you'll suffer with itchy ears and tinnitus with a ringing in the ears and this whooshing and a problem with balance. This is all to do with your kidneys in Chinese medicine. So I've shared with you some of the foods, and now let's go on to talk about some acupressure points and some Qigong that you can do for actually kind of opening this area. So a lot of pain in Chinese medicine would be caused by stagnation of blood or qi, when there isn't the energy inside the body to move that blood or qi. Or perhaps you've got to a blockage, which could be that the muscles are all making knots and the blood can't travel properly. Or perhaps there's tension and the qi, the energy, can't move properly. And a lot of times that happens in the neck and the shoulders. We hold a lot of tension up here. We get a lot of knots up here. And that means that the blood and qi can't pass through the neck and the shoulders very easily, and therefore we can get stuck. The sinuses can get really stuck. So a really simple Qigong move I'm going to show you is turn your head to the side and look at your fingers. And now turn your head to the opposite side and look away over the opposite shoulder and push your hands. Open your fingers, and now look at your fingers very close up, and now look away. Look to your fingers and look away. Drop the hands. Let's come to the other side. Look at the fingers and look away. Look to the fingers and look away. Really simple, easy Qigong. And could you feel, I'm not talking about airy fairy stuff. I'm talking about the movement of blood and qi around the body. And this is essential for your health. So movement, especially through Qigong, where we don't necessarily stretch out, we uncoil the body. We uncoil it in these kind of spirals and then coil it back around. And that's what we're doing when we're doing this. We're coiling and uncoiling. So we're helping the fascia, that kind of gel-like substance that covers all the muscles and all the bones in the body. We're helping that coil and uncoil. And as we do that, you will find that more blood and qi is able to circulate, and that's going to help clear the sinuses, clear the inner ear, and help regenerate and restore this area. So we've done food, we've done some of the food, and remember, you can always go to my book and learn how to use seaweed, learn how to use all those kidney ingredients. You can check out my blog and you can check out my books for those recipes. We've done a little bit of Qigong movement, and now I want to show you some points that you can do that really help to clear out the sinuses. It's called the 6-point facial. So first of all, what I want you to do is imagine you've got a line coming right down through the eyes and underneath the cheekbones. So it's coming right through the pupils, and so you take your thumbs as if they're going right through the center of the eye and come underneath the cheekbones. Okay, this is stomach 3, and already you might be feeling kind of this opening up, a little pressure behind the eyes. Stomach 3, really good for clearing sinuses. Take a deep breath with me. Exhale. Lovely. So I'm right underneath the cheekbone. The next point I'm going to do is bladder 2. And bladder 2 is right at the inside corner of the eyebrow. So you take your thumbs and you just let your head rest on your thumbs. Now, a lot of people ask me, how long should I press for? How hard should I press? How should I press? You are unique and individual. A hard pressure doesn't make things work better. Perhaps you need a little bit of soft and gentle touch. Or perhaps you need a little bit more massage, perhaps tapping on the area. Experiment, really have a conversation with your body. See what it needs. I know that mine likes this soft and gentle pressure. If the point feels blocked, imagine that you've got energy coming out of the end of your thumbs into the point and melting the point like butter. So we've got stomach 3, bladder 2, and now we're going to come to large intestine 20. Now large intestine 20 is right under the nostrils, right to the side, as those lines come either side of the mouth, go to where they begin, just to the side of the nostrils, and massage here. All of these 3 points are fantastic for clearing the sinuses and helping restore that kind of balance, stopping the whooshing in her head. So we've got large intestine 20, stomach 3, bladder 2. And we're going to do all of those at the same time, the 6-point facial. Okay, so let's do it together. Thumbs, 4th finger into large intestine 20 and the middle finger into bladder 2. And you can just lean your head and let it relax. Release through the back of the neck. And we're going to hold this. Already I can feel a little bit of a release around my eyes, around the back of the eyes. And I'm going to let go. Ooh, you can massage. And you'll probably feel a kind of real release, especially behind the eyes and through all of these cavities. Remember, there are cavities. There are spaces in the head, and they should be spaced. They shouldn't be filled with mucus. And in Chinese medicine, it would be called dampness. So it would cause kind of like phlegm. It's where the qi becomes dense because it can't move. So already we're getting the qi to move with these acupressure points, with the Qi Gong movement, and with the energy medicine. So I hope that really helps. But the place to begin is, remember, with your kidneys. So just finishing off, give the kidneys a rub. Inhaling, sweep around the waist and come down to the lower dantian. Let's do that 3 times. Rubbing the kidneys. See if you can really feel that core energy. The kidneys linked to the winter time, when the energy is descending and coming down. So see if you can feel this kind of real grounding feeling. And collecting in your lower dantian, the lower energy center of the body. And may you be happy, may you be well. May I be happy, may I be well, and may all beings everywhere be happy, safe and well. I hope you have a wonderful qi-filled day, and remember that you can ask me anything as well.